Sup fellas, and welcome to my 1cc hard run of Mountain of Faith. So, I'm just going to be talking over in post to let you know of any strategies that I use during the run, and my mindset during the time. So I'm not going to be talking all the time, but if something comes up, then I'll talk about it. And I guess to start off, then I want to talk about the base mechanics of Mountain of Faith in general, which is like the faith meter in the bottom left. Now, with the faith meter, you're gonna see that there's green collectibles that pop up. They come from the green fairies, and if I collect those, then that number in the bottom left goes up. And the higher that number is, the more points I get for just doing everything, basically. Now, usually, it only adds to score, which usually isn't that important, but in this game it actually is, because if you get certain score increments, then you get an extra life. So, for example, if I get 20 million points, then I get life. Then if I get 40 million, I get another. If I get to 8 million, then I get another, so on. Also, instead of saying million after every number, I'm just gonna say 20, for example, to mean 20 million. So we'll go with that. And as you noticed, I've been playing. The main strategy is that the problem with the faith meter is that if you don't constantly either kill enemies or collect items, that bar is gonna go down. And then our faith meter is going to drop. But anyway, I'll talk about more of that later. So we're at the first boss now. And this first attack is pretty simple, but this attack is a real bastard. 1/3 of my runs die here because it is surprisingly hard to dodge. But I learned how to do it later, where there's going to be a red line and you just stand to the left of it. And then it's basically free. But sometimes those orbs just go ahead and steal your lunch money, so that's an issue sometimes, but luckily we're able to take care of that. And yeah, also the faith meter, it doesn't go down during boss fights, so no need to worry about that there. And I'm only gonna be worrying about the faith meter a lot during around the first 3 stages or so, because the points don't really matter as much as you get more and more. Because like I said before, first you get 20 for life, which I'm about to right now, as we can see here. Yep, just got an extra life. So my next one's going to be at 40. Then the next one's going to be at 80. And I think the next one after that is at 150. So as you can see, there's diminishing returns. So while it's really important that I get a lot of points right now, and when I get to stages 4, 5, and 6, I can let off a little bit. But that's why when I play the way I do, I make sure that those points doesn't really go down ever for the first 3 stages. Although a problem that might come up is that if it goes down, it could go down if I either lose a life, or I think if I use a bomb without death bombing. So that's why I'm not just, because we all know in Mountain, or if you don't know, in Mountain of Faith, yeah, as you can see to my left, yeah, I don't really have a bomb meter. Also, that attack was super scary. I don't know how I lived through that, but moving on. Yeah, because you get your bombs from your power, right? And so, my power maxes out at 4 power, and so the 5 is basically just there to give you an extra bomb to use for free. So which might lead you to think, oh, well why don't you just spam the extra free bomb then, get the power, use it again and so on, and just cheese the hell out of this. Well, that would be a good idea but the problem is that if you have max power at 5, then drops that would have been power drops are instead changed to green drops, which add to our points, and that's way more important. So that's why I've been so focused on not using any bombs, and of course losing a life. It's bad for the run because duh, and also because once again it drops our faith meter. So and because as you can see, our faith meter is at 28 right now, and we want that to get higher and higher and higher. So if we die one time, that cuts our points for the following stages of the run dramatically. So basically, if I die right here during any of these attacks, then I'm just gonna reset the run, right? In the first 2 stages, if I die, that's a reset, and later on, I can die once and get away with it and sweep it under the rug. Nothing else gonna, but besides that, nope. And also, talking about the second boss, her attacks aren't too bad. Yeah, really, this one's a bit of a problem, because sometimes you can get a bit unlucky with the bullet patterns and end up being tough to dodge. As you can see there, I just I didn't like what was happening, and I didn't want to go through a run again having to redo the first 2 stages. So just death bombed it, because if you death bomb, then I believe that doesn't reduce your faith meter. Ooh, also quick side note here. If you want to make sure that your faith meter stays okay during the beginning of stage 3, you keep those 2 fairies alive, you kill them later, so that you have just enough drops to live on by. But yeah, moving on to over here. I guess since I haven't really talked about it yet, I'll talk about why I'm using MarisaA shot. That's because I think it's like, well, it's just my favorite shot in the game, right? Because you basically have your 4 little dudes, and they follow you wherever you go. And if you focus, then they freeze in place. And they all fire. So it can be great if you just want a single target damage, or you can spread them out to where it covers almost half of the screen. So you don't really need homing shots with Reimu if you can just cover half the screen anyway, right? I was just lazy there and bombed for the hell of it. Didn't want to deal with any of that. Yeah, as you can probably notice that because this run is going pretty much perfect, I bomb a lot. Also, this attack is hard as nails. Basically, you have to go, you have to dodge the blue balls first, and then you can go in between the other lines. But it is socially acceptable in my mind to bomb there, but we made it out. Yeah, as you can already see, we are already at 6 lives, because as you can see, we are at 90 points, and we got an extra life from beating that little spirit card there, the spell card there. So things are going pretty well. Only reason I used a bomb a bit earlier there is because if you keep these guys alive, then their bullet patterns can get really annoying. So I just decided to get ahead of the game and make sure I can deal with them all nice. See, I'm already back to 5 power, so it didn't really affect my points that much. And then after we kill these 2 fairies, the stage is going to end, and we're going to go ahead and fight Notori. Alright, now Notori isn't that hard, but she has a couple of attacks you need to watch out for. This one's easy, there's nothing to say about it. But yeah, this one. So there's going to be these arches, right? At first, you have to get to the top of one of those arches, right? So that you can move left and right without dying. And then you move left and right to dodge the balls that she sends at you. And since we're using MarisaA with strong single target damage, that's all we need to do. For this one, you stay at the bottom of the screen so that the bullets span out more. That way it's easier to dodge them. And here, it's just, are you good at dodging? And let's find out if I am or not. The answer is no, so yeah, I just use a bomb there because I'm scared. Then for this one, more of the same. And then extending arm, very funny spell card name. But I really don't like this attack because there's a whole lot of lingering, like, hurt boxes, so I'm not trying to deal with any of that. I bomb it just the right time so that she's gonna die before anything else comes at me. So then next up, we're gonna go to Waterfall. Because this is the stage where, you might have noticed that I've been playing pretty solid, right? I haven't used too many bombs, and I haven't lost any lives yet. So this is looking great. But the waterfall is where all hopes and dreams go to die. Because these bastards, like Zune decided, yeah, we're just gonna make this the hardest stage in the game. And so, here it is. Like this attack, for example. I don't really know how to dodge the whole thing, and I didn't really practice it either, so I'm not even gonna bother. And this part looks hard, but if you just shimmy to the left, everything's just gonna pass by you. So there's a life hack for you. That guy's gonna spawn over there. As long as he doesn't know he's there, you take him out. Alright. Now these guys are gonna set up to throw a bunch of shit at you. And then they're gonna spawn a boss. So if you're not in position to deal with that, then it can catch you off guard. So just be sure that you're in the middle. I got caught in a bad position, so you know what? I'm not gonna take any risks. This run is going perfect. I'm using bombs whenever I need to. Because almost none of my runs go this well, where I still have 6 lives at this point. So yeah, as you can see, I used 2 bombs there. I'm playing as safe as possible. And you're utilizing the spread shot to collect fast. And then, I'm gonna be real, I have no idea how I'm supposed to dodge that. I just always use a bomb here by default. It's also good because you kill all those enemies and you get a lot of resources from it. As you can see, because I've been making sure to bomb and never to die, because if you die, your faith meter goes down by a ton. So because we've been playing safe, our faith meter's at a whopping 62 right now. And a bit earlier, I hit 15 points, and that got me another life, so now I'm at 7, which is great. Well, 6 now, because I'm a loser, and I don't know how to dodge. Oh yeah, also for here, with MarisaA, if you go and set your shots up like this, and then you go up next to these beetle guys, you can constantly kill them, go up to the collection line, and farm a ton of points here. Now that would have done, and as you can see, if you check my faith meter, it's at 43 now. Yeah, if you die, it cuts it off by a ton. But, never minding that, we're gonna fight Aya now. And I messed up there, had to bomb, oh well. She's got some reasonably tough attacks, all of them are pretty hard, like this one for example. Yeah, I had to bomb. Tough situation, but better be safe. As long as you just stay on her, just end this phase of student as soon as possible. That's good. And then for this attack, I've tried it so many times, see, 0 out of 16. Yeah, I have no idea how I'm supposed to beat this, so just on principle, I bombed this attack. I'm not trying to deal with it. Listen, because I would practice it if Zune gave me good practice tools in this game. But the problem is that if you want to practice, I'm going to go into that later when it's more fruitful and important to the conversation. This attack's kind of hard. Just stay on her as usual. You want to end it as fast as you can. And here, it's just a survive for like 15 seconds. So my quota is that it's okay to use one bomb here, but you want to survive long enough so that when you do use that bomb, it's gonna cut the timer out so that you don't have to dodge anything else. And now, here's the last tech. You want to go to both sides, then you go through the balls, and you repeat that. But I'm stupid, and, well, not really stupid, just bad. So I end up bombing there. Now, luckily, stage 4, I had to use a ton of bombs there, but that's because it's the hardest stage in the game, so I don't really blame myself too much. We shouldn't be seeing as many until we get to stage 6, that is. Because stage 5, I'm actually a lot better at. Because it's a lot easier. And because not many runs even get this far, I haven't been able to practice the attacks very much, and that's why I'm so easy to bomb. And why I barely even bombed in the first 3 stages, is because I knew what I was doing. But I no longer do. That's because I can't really practice them. Because the practice, like for Zune, how he made it, is that if you want to practice a stage, that's all you can do. You can't practice specific spell cards. First, you have to beat that stage on that difficulty. Which is like, why? That goes against the whole idea of practicing it first. No, you have to beat it first. So, I do not know what he was thinking. And that goes especially for stage 6. Because, well, if you beat stage 6, then, well, you beat the run. But I'll get into that later. We got some spell cards right now. For this one, you're going to move it. At least I do. I move to the middle of the star after it blows up. Do some little dodges. And then you can make it out. And with this attack, there's no gimmicks. You just stay at the bottom and dodge whatever you can. Now, I didn't like what was ahead of me. My positioning was bad, so I knew to death bomb there. But yeah, for stage 6, yeah, if you beat stage 6, then you already beat the run. So, like, you're never gonna be able to just practice it. And I can't really use continues to beat stage 6, because if I use a continue, I'm starting the stage with 2 lives. So, like, yeah, right, like I'm beating stage 6 with that many. But yeah, moving on, as you can see, I haven't really been using too many bombs here because I don't have to. And that has been nice. Also, RIP. You can also notice, if you haven't been looking at my points, that I'm at now 32. Which is a ton. I'm pretty sure I got out of life from it. I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, I'm at 6 lives right now. I'm sitting very pretty. For this deck, you move past the walls of blues so that they span out. But then this part, It's very hard. I just recommend using a bomb there. And this one, it looks kind of complicated, but it's really not. You just have to stand in between the guys. And you don't really have to move that much. Now, I ended up bombing there at the end anyway because I messed up, and I got a bit afraid. You can do this one though with some tight squeezes, as you can see me doing there. This part's pretty tough. Basically, what you want to do is not that. Yeah, this is where I was getting a bit too complacent with myself, considering I had 6 lives. You know, I was feeling myself up a bit. But now I realized, okay, I gotta stop kidding around and actually beat this run. It's not over until it's over. Just use a bomb there. Although the main idea is to move forward a lot, and then get the lines to move towards you so that you can dodge the later ones. This one's easy, you just move back and forth if you stay under her. If you don't, you're dead. For this attack, I'm gonna be real. I have no idea how you're supposed to dodge it. Like, I just always use a bomb here. That shit is bananas. But luckily, her final attack is actually probably her easiest one. You'll see what I mean here. The only problem is in the columns if a sphere gets in the way. So you just have to make sure that when you do go into a column of bullets, it doesn't have a sphere in it, and you're all good. You're using MarisaA, so it shouldn't last that long. Now we're at stage 6. Now knowing that they spawn from the middle, then the left, then the right, you can be ready for them. I didn't have full power, so I couldn't really span out the entire way, but we made do. Knowing that they're going to spawn to the right, left first is good, then right, then left. But the metric ton of bullets there, I think it's better just to bomb. Because I'm this late in the run, right? I'm not taking any chances with anything. Now, normally I wouldn't be using so many bombs. I'd want to go into practice mode to practice the stage. But remember what I said earlier, I cannot practice this. Because I'm just not allowed to. Zun said no. Luckily, in his later games, he allowed you to just practice spell cards. And his practice tools were way better. But for now, we just kind of have to suffer. So, I'm using bombs if I have to. Also, rip. So we're squaring up. We got 4 lives, full power, and that's it. And as per the usual with stage 6, I haven't been able to practice any of these attacks, so if I feel even the slightest bit of danger, yeah, no way, I'm not dealing with it. I'm bombing. See? Although this attack is actually one of the ones that I can beat, and I'll tell you how. So, a whole lot of dangerous things, right? But the instant that you can move to the far right or left, you have to do that. And that's so that because she throws her blue cards at you. So you have to have her throw them where you were so that you have enough room to dodge in the middle. If you do that enough times, then you'll be fine. Took me a bit longer there, but oh well. I couldn't find a way to dodge this attack, so hey, I know my strengths. Just be direct and to the point, kill her with 1 bomb. This one's not impossible, you just have to be good. As you can see, if I'm even a bit uncomfortable, we're bombing. Same goes for that one. Yup. And you might be wondering, whoa, why didn't you just look up how to beat these attacks on YouTube, right? And well, I can do that because that is quote-unquote practice, right? But I don't really like the winged it. Like, I'd prefer if I was able to beat all the bosses with my own strategies. Unfortunately, my own strategies in this case being just using a lot of bombs. But, you know, we got the job done. Also, I already messed up here. I planned to kill her with 2 bombs because she's invulnerable while she's attacking her. But I messed up and screwed up the timing. And when I'm dodging, it looks like I can't get back in time to hurt her, so more pain. Look, I died right there. Oh, not fast enough. She's invulnerable again. Yep. So I somehow dodged that and just end the stage right there. Yeah, even in normal mode, I have no idea how you're supposed to dodge this fully. So yeah, we're using bombs. Just get this out of the way. Now you may think I'm pretty scummy for using all my bombs here, but don't forget that everything in this run led up to this moment. The first 3 stages I did pretty clean, and I did all that so I can use all my resources here. So I think it's fine. Also for this attack, I can't really use bombs, I just have to focus up. Using a combination of focusing and unfocusing to move fast when you have to dodge everything here, that's what you gotta do. I'll let the rest speak for itself. And just like that, with 2 lives to spare, 1 bomb left in the holster, we're able to clear hard mode with 1 CC. So if you want to do the same without practicing too much, this took me like, I'd say around 9 hours of practicing total, with prior experience in other Touhou games, and with a final score of 484 million. That's pretty good, almost half a mil. So if you're thinking about trying hard mode, you can do it too. It only took me 9 hours, so you can probably do the same. As you can see right there, all cleared. So yeah, see ya.